All right, I'm back. I just wanted to say, you watched me use the roller to mud this up, and I want to say, be careful. Really make sure you got this coated pretty thoroughly with that roller, and then you wipe out. Don't try to start at one end and wipe in. You wipe it out. I actually had some blisters. I had to peel the tape back and fix some blisters because I'm a novice at using a roller myself. It was just something that I learned about 40 years ago or so, maybe 39 years ago, and I really don't do it that way. It's just an easy way to mud up the seams and the angles if you're a novice at it and you don't have the spread down. Yeah, it really is, and you're doing it by hand. So it really did work well. I did the other room in there too. It really did work well, but I just didn't get enough mud on the wall when I did this. My angles are fine. I mudded up my angles just perfectly, and my angles are all really good. They're laid down really well. So now I'm going to show you how to coat this by hand. So you've taped it, you've pre-filled it, you've taped it by hand now, and now you're going to top it. You're going to coat it in. So I have my mud, and people ask me, do you do the angles first? Do you do the seams first? You know, I don't care. Whichever one it's easier for you. I'll do it both ways. I'll tell you what, I'll do this angle, and then I'll do the seams, and then over here, I'll do the seam up to this angle, and then I'll do the angle. So let's see what happens. You can see the seam somewhat, and then you can definitely see the angle in the corner up there, because that's what I really want you to concentrate on, is this angle in this corner, because this is where everybody's like, how do I do this? How do I do this? So I will do the corner first, and then I'll do the seam. So I'll mud up one side, only one side. You're not going to see me coat both sides of the angle at the same time. I only do that in production when I'm using the mud runner or I'm using the angle box. When I'm doing it by hand, I just coat one side, because I would be gouging this side all up if it was all mudded in. I'd have it all gouged out. So I'm going to come up here now, and I'm going to coat one side, right? And then I'm going to coat one side. I'll coat this all the way across. Okay? I'm going to stop here just so I can show you what I'm doing. Okay? And then I'm going to coat one side. I'm just going to coat this side now. Just the wall. And I'll show you what I just did. Talk. That's probably the longest you've heard me being silent on camera, isn't it? So, all right, I'm going to touch this corner up a little bit. Doesn't have to look great. I'll give you a close-up. It doesn't have to look great because you're going to coat the other sides now. Let me grab this camera and I'll give you a close-up of that. Okay. I hope it focuses in on you. And you can see, that's all it looks like, right? There's even a little bit of mud right there on the ceiling. You see that? Leave it alone, let it dry. Not a big deal. You see this little bit of mud that's right here on this wall? Leave it alone, let it dry. I do have a little waha right there. I don't know if you can see it, but I needed to touch this up anyway, a little bit better. But good. Oh, now I just left a ridge. Shame on me. All right, so that's that. Whoop, turn this around so I can see me seeing you. So angle's done, right? Angle's got its first coat on it. After it's dry, I will come back and I will do the other side. But now, let's coat the seam. If I'm coming up to the wet mud, I don't go all the way into the angle. I will stop right there and coat my seam. Just like that. Now, if the angle's not coated, I'm going to come all the way into the angle, right into that angle there, and I'm going to coat my seam. I'm going to flare my edges, flare this one up, flare this one down. Okay, so this one gets flared up, this one gets flared down. Now I lay my knife down as much as possible, and I pull it out. Okay, walk away, leave it alone. Walk away. If you got a ridge or if you got something on there, you can dust that off before you skim it. So now let me flip this camera over here so you can see me do the seam first and then the angle. So if I'm going to do the seam first and I'm going to come up to it, and see, my issue is right now is I don't have a seam on this wall, but I will coat this angle up to this point, right, with this side. All right, so let's say I do this first. I do this first. Ooh, scratch. I actually just picked that up over there. So now I'm going to do this angle. I stop right there. Notice I didn't go through the seam. So, and then I will bring this one down like that. And I will stop right there. I won't touch that anymore. That's it. You want to see what it looks like up close? No, you don't want to. You really don't. So, it's not perfect. It's just not. But it'll dust off a little bit. It'll touch up. I can skim this out tight. I can skim this out real tight before I coat this angle and then clean this side up. I do that a lot. You'll see when I skim, because I'm going to record my skim coat too. So that's how I do these angles. That's how I do the seams by hand. Tools, completely different story. It's like comparing apples to pomegranates. It's just not the same. So, all right, I'll see you later. Hey, if you really like this video, subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, share it with somebody else. You have a great day.